Hey guys, welcome back to another Polygel nail design set. Look how pretty they are. Like, they was just very sparkly. They was just super duper cute. But look, I have a PR package, and so it's gonna kind of cut to that, and then we'll get into the set. Just wanted to show you all a few goodies that I have received. So a company reached out to me, Cora, asking if I wanted to do like a little advertisement of their nail tips, well, their whole nail system. So I was like, yeah, sure. Mainly because someone had asked me why I don't never use tips, and if I could do a set using a set doing color blocking using tips. So boom, it worked out perfectly. But look, so they sent me over these. Here's their little name, their logo, Betty Cora. They are on Amazon, but they reached out to me from Instagram. So they sent me a few different things, starting out with these tips. These are, which are the ones I will be using for this set. But these are, I believe, is it 2X? I'm not even sure. I don't remember the length, but some extremely long, clear, square tips. Like, look at the length on that. Like, that is long. And I thought the nails I do was long, but these are long. So we're going to give these ones a go. It do come in, what's this, 12 sizes? No. Yeah, 12 different sizes. And so those was the square. And then they sent some stiletto tips. And these, at first I thought they were, now I'm not real big on tips, so I don't know a whole lot about it. But at first I thought these were full cover. But because they are so squarish, I don't think that they are full cover. I do think they are just like half tips. But these are the stilettos. Can y'all guys see that? They are the stilettos. And I definitely do want to give these a try at some point. Now, they also sent over these ones. I'm not a big fan of these, but it was very kind of them. But these are, of course, those duck nails. I am not a big fan of those duck nails, but look how clear they are, though. They are very clear. But these are the duck nails for you guys who like that style. I don't know. I always said I would never do a duck nail, but who knows? Maybe. Alright, and then on top of that, they sent these. This one is, the packaging is really cute and sleek, but this is the rhinestone glue. Let's take that out. Some rhinestone glue. I guess we will give that a go in the video for the set. And then this one is their 8-in-1 gel nail glue. It's an 8-in-1, so I'm thinking it's like glue, base coat. Let's see. Yeah, it's very thick. So I don't know, it's an 8-in-1, but we'll give that a try. Also, it's a 8-in-1 nail glue gel. So I don't know what are all the 8 different things, but. And then they sent over this one, which is the solid nail glue gel. Now this is the one I think I'm going to try with those tips, but that is the solid one. Alright, so I'll open that soon, but okay, so that is those. Cute. And then now I'm going to go ahead and do my prep, and then we'll get started with the video. Okay, so here I just was showing you guys that I had already pre-prepped this tip. I filed the shine off the surface, and I also filed the inside of that tip just so the glue will have something to hold on to. Here I am adding a layer of peel off base coat. This step is not necessary at all, but for me, I still wanted to be able to remove these as if I was using forms. I still wanted just to be able to pop them off once I was done with the set. And so I am going to add that layer of peel off and give that a full 60-second cure. Now this is my first time using solid nail gel. Is this what it is? Solid nail glue gel, something like that. And it was a bit of a learning curve, but I kind of figured it out. I was taking my brush and just wiping a little bit on there and making sure I had it in those corners, and then apply it to the nail. Make sure I like the position, and then I gave that a cure. Okay, so look, I had put the tips on the first time before filing the shine away, and so when I went to file the shine away, the dust got all into that peel off base coat, so I had to take it off and start again. But I just wanted to show you guys how I was putting my hand in the lamp. So again, with that brush, just adding a little bit on there, spreading it out. Now, I did dip it in the alcohol just because it was getting like really stuck in the brush. Again, this is like my first time using this stuff. I'm not a big fan of it, but I did like that my nail wasn't slipping. But look, just was trying to wipe it on there. I think the alcohol is what was making it separate like that, but it worked out. And then after I get it in there, I put it on that nail, and then just kind of move it around. As you guys can see, that finger is like the wonkiest one of all. That whole thing just curved to the left. But after kind of moving it around a little bit, making sure I like it, I cut my lamp on for 60 seconds. And then I'll take and put it in the lamp. I'll take my scissors or something and just push those corners down just to make sure they attach. And then I'll pull it out. Check it again just to make sure I like the position of everything. And then I'll put it back in there, hold it with these scissors or whatever I have next to me. Give that a good press and then let it finish curing for the 60 seconds. Here are the tips. Now, this is one of the reasons why I don't like, actually, it's like the only reason I don't like tips, because my nails grow upwards in the center with a middle and ring finger. And so when I put my fingers together, like the nails just all over the place, they wonky. In fact, I got a better clip a little later. Like after I do the application, you can kind of see it better once the colors are on it. But okay, this polygel here is from iGel Beauty. It is actually a glow in the dark polygel. I didn't use it for the glow. It glows orange. I believe the color was called Natural. It glows orange. Again, I wasn't using it for the orange, just for this natural color. Once I put it on the nail, I kind of was looking at it a little funny because I wasn't feeling the color. I didn't think that it was going to go too well with the other colors that was coming up, but I kept with it because I didn't want to start this set again. All I'm doing here is just pulling it back towards that cuticle area. Honestly, guys, when I do my set, like, yes, application take long, but I think me doing my cuticle area is the part that usually takes me the longest, because anything else I feel like I can file and fix it, but I really do try to take my time around that cuticle area because I don't want it to flood. On top of, I don't want to have to file too much back there, because the more you have to file it, the greater the chances are that you'll cut yourself. And so I take my time when doing my cuticle areas. All right, so for this one, I just kind of brought it down to a sideways point. For the middle finger, after the cuticle area, I kind of drug it down. And then I guess kind of made it like a snake or something. I don't know. I was just swooping and swiping that stuff, just trying to come up with some sort of nail bed. For this one, same thing. Just kind of put a little pushing nail on the side and then drag it down, thin out that little tip part. And boom, that was all for the nude one. Well, it was called a natural. Okay, so this green here, these are from Morovan. It is a diamond flash kit. Actually, I do have another one of these kits, but the colors wasn't quite the same. But so the green was like a darker green. The one from the other kit is a lighter green. But the polygel was real easy to use. Again, I use Morovan a lot. They are one of my favorites. But this polygel itself, it was real nice. It was real easy to use. Like, of course, it didn't flood and stuff like that. But it did have a nice little firmness to it, but not too firm. So it was really easy to move it around. And honestly, like wherever I squeezed it out is where it stayed. Like I didn't have to do a whole lot, which you guys will see coming up soon. But that's what I did for that one. When I squeezed it out of the tube, I squeezed it out in that slant like that. So all I really was doing, it was just kind of enhancing the little curve that I made. All I'm doing with this green too is just pushing it up against the natural color. And then any little divots on the sides or whatnot, just kind of push it up in there. What I was going for was like ribbons. Like, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like ribbons, flowy ribbons or whatnot. That was like what was in my head at the time of doing this set. I think I did good though, but that's what I was kind of thinking. Okay, and so that was the green one, just making sure it was pushed up against the nude, and then cured it. Oh, each finger, I am still out of habit curing each color, each finger individually. Usually quick cures, about 10 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds. But you can see like just with the way it's squeezed out just like that, it was just easy. Like it was spread, it came out of the tube and went exactly where I needed to go. All I pretty much had to do was just like push it up into little corners. But this was the pink. Now what I loved about this pink, it was like a neon pink. Now the kit do have another pink, another shade of pink or not, but the other diamond kit I have, it was like a darker pink. It wasn't as pretty as this. And at the time of me doing this set, the pink was supposed to be the main focus because it was just so pretty. But as you can see, this pink definitely does stain. It was staining on my little paper towel. Even once I got the filing and stuff, it was just staining. But look how pretty it is. It was like a, yeah, like a neon or whatnot. But of course it had like the little flash diamonds or whatnot, which I'm not a big fan of the whole flash thing. But this set was really, really pretty. Actually, I think I left this on too for like a week. I left these on for like 5 days or something like that because they was really pretty. Okay, so again, just pushing that on up against that green and then giving it some little curve or some little body to it. With the ring fingers, same thing, just getting it all the way up into that cuticle because I believe I left a little space over there open. And then patting everybody together. One of the main things for me when doing color blocking is to make sure each color I use is pushed up against the next one. So one, I have to build it up a little thicker than you usually would, and then I have to make sure the next color is fully up against it, so that way when you file it, the lines will be clean and crisp. Okay, so now in the blue, what was this? You know what? They all have numbers too. I just can't think of them off top. But the blue was really pretty. Like all three of these colors was very, very pretty. I will show. Actually, I will put it in a description, and you will see a picture of the kit soon. Yo, I'm so sorry. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to be quiet, but I'm also trying to get through this video because I see y'all messages saying, hey, where's the other videos? So I'm really trying to get through these videos as quick as possible. But I think the longest thing, not to like trail off or whatnot, but this is like the longest and the hardest part for me, doing these voiceovers. Like I keep telling myself it'll get easier, but it really don't, because I just really feel like I'm talking to myself. But yeah, anyway. All right, so with the blue, we just finishing up with the blue. For the ring finger, I left a little spot there because I did go back and add a little bit of green. I just felt like the blue was too big on that middle finger. All right, so we almost finished with this application. Pat that all on there, finish out the nail. I wanted to show you guys this brush. It is still hanging in there. Look how clean that brush is. And I don't even know how many sets I've done with that brush, but that brush is hanging in there. So if you guys don't have that brush and you use Polygel, I definitely recommend you guys getting it. I will put that in the link too. All right, so another pro to use in tips, I don't have to clean the underside. That was a plus. I didn't have to like smooth anything, fix anything, or anything like that. So that was a plus. But here's the nails. They was giving me coughing, and I was getting real nervous about that because I'm not a big coughing girl. But here's the polygels that I used, the four that I used, and this is the kit. They did have other colors in that kit, and it is advertised as a Christmas kit. But again, I'll put that down in the description for you guys. Here, I'm just going in with my 2-time course bit, which is 2 times course, is the orange ring, and just filing off that bulk. For the most part, I just had to file that new color and in the center where the apex was, because towards the end of the nail wasn't built up that thick. So after I removed all the bulk off of all of the nails, you know what, another thing too, guys, like these videos be like 20 minutes long and stuff like that, but my sets, all my sets take a minimum of 4 hours, and that's with application and filing. So I don't want you guys to never look at my sets and just be thinking like, oh, you know, quick. No, they take me a little time to get done. And sometimes, depending on how late in the day I was started, I won't file it until the next day. Or I'll file that day, but I won't do like the top coat and stuff until that third day. So they are a process. But look, I never ever skip out on hand filing. And of course, you know, I got to use my good green hand file. This thing is just really sturdy, and it just helps me to get them really clean lines. And then of course I file up and down, just getting that shape in there. They was coming together. They was starting to look a little more square after I went in on the sides and kind of cleaned it up some. But I will put these in the descriptions too. These are my favorite files, and I think you guys should try those out for when you're doing shaping. But here are the nails after all of the filing. Okay, look, if you see this nail right, my pointer finger, it just goes out straight. This one don't look like much, but it grows upward. If I put them together, you can see that huge gap, and that is so annoying to me. Like, look at them nails, they just look all crazy and wonky. And so that is why I don't use tips. There is a con for me. When I use the forms, I'm able to tilt it down a little bit, that middle finger. And then so after filing everything, they all line up even. But if you guys, you know, have regular fingers and regular nail beds, go ahead and use your tips. They just not for me. But all right, I'm just taking that protein bond, going around that cuticle area, and then I did fill in any little holes that I had in there. And then we're just going to go in with that Vanillisa. Oh, let me address this because somebody has said something about it. But when I use that protein bond around my cuticles, yes, I use it in place of cuticle oil. But I am not using that protein bond up on my skin like a oil or lotion. The protein bond gets down into that cuticle area. That way I don't have to put oil down in there. But I definitely do thank you, ma'am, and appreciate you giving me that information. But I just wanted to clear that up. All right, after the top coat, we're going in with this Betty Cora rhinestone glue. I don't know what happened there, y'all. I lost that little piece of footage, but I just squeezed it on there and then put this gem on there. Now, as I said earlier, the pink was supposed to have been the main focus, but I didn't have any rhinestones or charms or anything that was this same exact color pink, unless I went with the neon one, and I really didn't want it to be neon pink because the blue and the green wasn't neon. So I had to switch out that pink I did and go with green. And I'm kind of glad I did, though, because the pink still was able to stand out without being overpowering. But put that on, cured that, did the same thing to both. And as I was looking at it, that yellow from that, or that natural color, it was just giving me yellow, and I didn't like the look of it from that iGel Beauty color, the color I used on the nail bed. So I grabbed some gold glitter and just kind of outlined. Okay, so for this thing, I just outlined the pink one. I think I just only outlined the pink for this finger. It's kind of changed up on different things, but not. But I'm just going in with an outline. The gold outline really helped because it kind of, I don't want to say it erased the yellow from that new color, but it brought that yellow and then that gold backing from them the gold backing from them gems. It kind of brought everything together, and so that was a plus. I'm just checking it out, different areas, just adding where I think it may need a little bit more. Up in that corner, just needed a little bit. But it was super, super cute. Like the adding that gold was like a nice little touch. Oh, look. You see that? I have 2 air bubbles. That is a con to me using tips because I could not go on underneath of that nail and fill that air bubble. So I had to take that gold and just go right over top of it. Like I just could not post this set with those 2 huge air bubbles in it like that. And so this gold worked out in so many different ways. Not only did it bring the set together, but it allowed me to hide those 2 air bubbles. So all I'm doing is the same thing that I did on the other fingers and just outlining for this one, okay, the green, outlining that and then going around, well, not around, but going over those 2 air bubbles that I had, and it worked out perfectly. I think here I was just thickening up that line of next. I think I was still able to see that air bubble a little bit. And the crazy thing is, like, once I posted, nobody even knew that I had those 2 air bubbles. But here is the set, all finished and complete. They was very, very pretty. It's hard to capture on camera, at least for me, when it come down to this flash. But look how pretty they are. Okay, the first one was with the flash. This video here is without the flash. But I absolutely love these. I definitely think for you guys who are into polygel, this would be a nice little kit to add to your collection. And then here you can see the little flash a little better or not. But thank you guys so much for taking out that time. I truly do appreciate you guys. I really, really do. But thank you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next video.